welcome back to the channel. My name is Drew, and you're watching Drew the Theme Park Dude. And today we're doing a brand new video where I'm going to be talking all about Mardi Gras flavors of Carnival, or I guess you can also call it the Mardi Gras International Flavors of Carnival Festival that happened this year at Universal Studios Orlando. So this event is going on, I believe, until March 28th. I don't know I'm pretty sure, and it started a few weeks ago, and it's basically Mardi Gras. So if you've ever been to the one, in the past with the big parade and all that, it's very similar to the years in the past, but instead, I believe they're more focusing on the food festival, since that definitely is easier to do. This is definitely one of the first times where they've mainly focused on food, and, I don't, with like COVID around, I do understand that. I just, when I get more into the video, I will understand. I will be talking more about what I wish they could have done, maybe incorporating a parade of some sort. But they do have the floats parked around the park with the actors on them, throwing out beads and all of that, and interacting with guests, which is always great to see. You have park decorations, and then you have your big food festival, as well as a tribute store, which will be getting its own video, so I won't really be talking about it, because I'm going to be doing a tribute store video. Then I'll be doing a versus series where I'm going to be versing the 2020 Halloween Horror Nights tribute store, 2020 Christmas store, and the 2021 Mardi Gras store. So they're all going to be in like a big kind of competition thing I'll be doing soon. But I'm going to give Mardi Gras tribute store its own review as well soon. So yeah, but this is the, I guess, Mardi Gras 2021 review. So, all in all, I believe this event is a very, very great event. I do think Universal did a great job. I did try a few of the food there. I will admit, beignets and the New Orleans tent were by far the best thing at the event. For like $4, you get 5 of them, which is a great deal, and they're decently sized. They're like 2 bites. So they're not like huge, but they're not also like tiny, like where you can just plop them in your mouth and you're done. So they are very, very good, and for that price, as well as your annual pass holder discount, it gets, if you have a pass, it's a very, very good deal. And that's about like that for all the other food options there, as well as drinks. Some are a little bit more pricier than others, but most of them are in the $4 to $6 range, which, is really nice, because you do get decently sized portions of food, but it's more meant as like a tasting, and then you go to a different tent and you keep doing it. I only had a few items, so I can't really say much. But other than the food carnivals, which are put all throughout the park, you got the Bahamas tent out by Springfield. You have Italy in San Francisco. You have the New Orleans tent right outside Rip Ride Rocket, as well as Trinidad and Tobago. Italy, Germany is out by Fast and Furious, Supercharged. You got just like a nice variety of all these different food tents throughout the park, and they're all home to some very, very good food. So, other than food, if you are not into food, I will say there is stuff for you to do too. If you like enjoying a walking around park and see the park decorations, as well as the big iconic entranceway that they normally have for Halloween Horror Nights and Christmas, they do have that. It's a really neat entranceway. Definitely should get a couple pictures of. Sadly, I didn't get any pictures of it, because by the time I got up to the entrance, because I actually did the cut through since it was open, but as I was walking to the entrance, it got dark on me, so I couldn't get a good shot of the entrance, so sorry about that. I did get one, though, of the other way, so, I think that I'll plop that in the video somewhere. But then besides that, you also have the parade floats. Normally, there's a traditional parade that happens a few times a night where you sit on the sidewalk and you see it go by. This year, though, due to COVID-19, that was unable to happen. So, they decided to get all of the floats from the parade and park them across the entire park. And then on them, every now and then, they'll have a few, maybe 2 to 5 actors get on the float with a big old handful of beads, and they'll throw them out to all the guests. I got a few beads, I will admit, and they are definitely a good thing trying to catch them. It's just like the parade. But this time, you get tons of them. And yeah, that is kind of what you have. You can do a pattern and walk around. Another thing is the crew scavenger hunt. It is where you go to store, very similar to Scarecrow Stalk and the tree scavenger hunt. And you get to see, and you get a little prize at the end, which you get 3 pretty big beads, like big size beads, which is a very neat thing, especially about the park. But, yeah, continuing off of that, you also have the Halloween Horror Nights 2021, not a Halloween Horror Nights, Mardi Gras 2021 tribute store. And this tribute store has 3 rooms. I'm not going to go in depth, but I will kind of go over them briefly. You have the Pirate Sunken Treasures room, the New Orleans Graveyard, and the Jazz Band Room. Both really good. I'll be going more in depth though in my own video off of that, as I said earlier. So yeah, putting that aside, you do have a decently nice stuff to do. Do I wish there was some way to incorporate the Mardi Gras parade? Obviously, you do. Just like how you wish that they did the Christmas parade. But obviously, it's 100% understandable they couldn't do something similar to that this year. But I do wish they did something similar to the Christmas event, where they have you walk in soundstage 23, I think it is, or 21, one of those, and you get to see all the parade floats. I do wish they had that instead, because they could have advertised it more as an event that way. This is they're advertising more as a food festival, but they could have advertised that as an attraction. And very similar how they did with the Christmas walkthrough. And they could have had all the floats on display, and they have the actors throwing out beads on them as you're walking through the soundstage with the music playing and the actors on stilts walking around. And you could still have a couple stands throughout the park with the jazz bands and the people throwing out beads and the music playing. You could still have all of that, but this would just be mainly for some of the parade floats. Like, obviously, you could have King Gator in there, the pirate ship. Obviously, there could be a few floats, because I know there's a lot more floats in this parade than balloons that are in the Macy's Day thing, which can't be outside all day, which I understand. But I do wish that they did have maybe a couple inside, a couple outside, just to add that attraction type atmosphere. As long as merchandise goes, I did pick up the Mardi Gras International Flavors or Carnival face covering, which I got. I was going to get the Universal Annual Pass Holder shirt, but instead I decided to get the Velocicoaster shirt. So, sorry about that. But I did decide to get the Velocicoaster shirt instead. So, kind of a trade-off. If I do go back, though, before the end of the event, which most likely I will since it ends at the end of March, I will try my best to pick up that Annual Pass Holder shirt, and if I can, I'll just get it online. But, yeah, that is your in review of Mardi Gras 2021 at Universal Orlando Resort. I would say this event is a very, very good. You can't really rank it between the other events. I was going to think about giving a score, but you can't really do that because this is completely different than any other Mardi Gras they've ever had. And I do like it this way. And I will admit, other than having the parade floats out, I do wish that they did have something similar to that maybe all day. Normally during typical Mardi Gras, maybe next year when they bring back the parade, they can have a couple floats come out here and there and throwing out beads. Just because if you don't want to stay until the parade, you can still experience that. But other than that, I think next year is looking to be a great year. And this year is a great, great test year for them to try this food carnival. And I really do wish that they do bring it back. But I do wish that they handle crowd control more easier. Because, they figure out how to do that. Because I bet by next year there'll still be mild social distancing protocols, so it won't be as an issue as it was this year. But I will admit there's probably around 100 kids all clumpled together trying to get beads. So there should be a way where they maybe sign you to it, which they do have there, but maybe there's a team member there with maybe a barricade around the float, letting in each kid or party, say stand on that dot, and then you have them there, get a couple beads, maybe sit there for 2 to 3 minutes dancing, and then let a different group in. If they did something like that, I think it would be a lot easier, especially with COVID going around. I do wish that they did something like that. But you know what? If not, they didn't do it this year, and I understand that because it'd be really hard to do that, especially if people wanted to go in and see the floats. So yeah, to conclude, the Mardi Gras 2021 International Flavors of Carnival event, Universal Orlando, was a great event. Totally recommended if you get the chance. And if you don't get the chance, there are several YouTube videos out there. I'll try to go back and do a few more food reviews and other stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone. See ya. Bye.